My beloved child, pause for a moment and let these words enter the quiet places of your heart. For I long to remind you of my boundless affection and unwavering guardianship over you. I have watched every step you take from the dawn of your life, and I have never once turned away, nor have I forgotten the beautiful potential that lies within you. Yes, even in those hours of darkness when you feel as though no one else sees the silent tears falling from your eyes, I am there, gently guiding and comforting you with my ever-present love. Do not doubt the depth of my compassion, for I formed you with a purpose that transcends any earthly limitation, and I wrapped you in my grace so that you may stand firm in faith, even when challenges threaten to overshadow your hope. Believe wholeheartedly that there is no valley too deep, no night too dark, no storm too fierce that can separate you from my everlasting embrace. Keep your eyes on me and know that your life is safely held in my hands. I am always present, surrounding you in every season and circumstance with my infinite love and comforting spirit. Though the path may seem steep and uncertain, I will be your anchor, your steady rock, and your faithful companion, ensuring that fear never fully consumes your courage. Let your heart be at peace, knowing that my promises are not fleeting whispers, but unbreakable truths on which you can build your life. Even now, I am orchestrating details you have yet to perceive, arranging every piece so that it fits perfectly into the grand tapestry of your destiny. Entrust your worries, your joys, and your dreams to me, for I handle them all with a fatherly care that never wavers. You are not alone. I love you. Listen to me when I say that you matter profoundly, and no mistake, weakness, or shortcoming can erase the divine imprint I placed upon your soul. In my eyes, you shine like a precious jewel, carefully chosen to reflect my compassion and grace in a world often overshadowed by despair. Each time you draw near to me in prayer, I rejoice, and each time you stumble yet rise again, my heart fills with immeasurable pride, for you are pushing forward with resilience. Do not worry that you are not qualified enough, strong enough, or holy enough to be loved by me, because my love does not depend on earthly measurements. It is founded on my eternal promise to cherish you through every challenge. Take courage in that assurance, for you are, and always will be, precious in my sight. In your restless nights and anxious days, I see how your mind races with endless questions about tomorrow, about your loved ones, and about paths you have yet to walk. Fear can creep in and whisper that the obstacles ahead are too daunting, that your spirit is too weary to endure another test. But I am here to whisper louder than that fear, reminding you that my hand is outstretched to carry you across these turbulent waters. I know every teardrop that has dampened your pillow, and I feel the heaviness of your burdens as if they were my own. Yet do not despair, for as you offer me your load, I will lighten your heart and guide your steps, one day at a time. With me, each dawn brings renewed mercy, and each dusk is a reminder that I have been with you all along. Rest in this unshakable truth. I am your shield, your fortress, your hiding place in the fiercest of storms. No force of darkness can conquer the one who trusts in my mighty protection, and no wave can overwhelm you when you hold on to the hem of my robe. Even when you sense that confusion is encroaching upon your peace, lift your eyes and see that I have stationed my angels around you, prepared to wage war on your behalf against unseen battles. You need not fear the shadows, for my light penetrates every place. Let your faith in me be the anchor that keeps you steady, the pillar that sustains you when you feel as though the ground is crumbling under your feet. I promise you, my presence will not fade, and my power is sufficient to secure you through every trial. You who read these words might wonder if your prayers truly reach my throne, especially when the answers you hope for do not appear as quickly as you wish. Yet I assure you that each whisper you utter, each cry of your heart, resonates in the heavenly realms, and not a single one goes unnoticed. I invite you to speak to me freely, pouring out your deepest questions, your sincerest confessions, and even your joys and triumphs. The language of the heart is all I need from you, for I understand the petitions beneath your words, the longing behind your tears, and the praise within your laughter. The bond between us grows stronger each time you reach out to me, trusting that my ear is never closed and my arm is never too short to save. Take comfort in knowing that I have written a bright future for you, one filled with testimonies of grace and moments of victory that will proclaim my goodness to all who see. Despite the current darkness, I am already weaving threads of blessing into your tomorrow, ensuring that nothing is wasted, not your tears, not your struggles, and certainly not your faith that has remained resilient. Await the day when you will look back and see how I worked all things together for good, how I transformed sorrows into songs of praise, and how I used every trial to craft an even stronger version of you. Keep holding on, because the dawn of deliverance is nearer than you think. I have planned a future full of promise for you, and in time you will stand in awe of the love that guided you through the wilderness. So stand firm in the hope I have given you, breathe deeply of my endless compassion, and remember that my heart rejoices whenever you choose to trust me over fear. I am not distant, nor am I uninvolved in the intricate details of your life. My child, you belong to me, and I hold you in my everlasting arms. You can rest, not because your struggles vanish instantly, but because my peace is stronger than any storm that rages around you. Walk in confidence, nourished by my word and protected by my promises, for I will guide you step by step, and I will neither abandon you nor fail to shine my light on your path. Stand tall and look ahead with certainty, for all that burdens you will eventually bow to my prevailing power. You are like a rare and radiant treasure in my sight, and I have endowed you with immeasurable value that surpasses all earthly understanding. There is nothing in this world that can diminish the worth I have placed upon you. From the moment I formed your spirit, I filled you with a uniqueness that reflects my own creative expression, making you incomparable and beloved in ways you may not fully grasp. Even when you doubt your capabilities or measure yourself against the world's standards, my perspective never shifts. I see you covered by grace, adorned with potential, and illuminated by purpose. My entire creation testifies to my love for you, from the gentle warmth of sunlight to the quiet melody of the evening breeze, and I urge you to remember these simple blessings as reminders that you are treasured. Rejoice in the knowledge that you carry a spark of my divine character, a reflection of my glory that can touch others more profoundly than you realize. You have within you the capacity to share compassion, empathy, and encouragement, shining as a beacon of hope to those around you. Do not hide the light I have lit within you, for even the smallest flame can brighten the darkest corners when it is sustained by my unwavering power. Whenever you think of yourself as small or insignificant, remember that I chose the shepherd boy David to be king, and I called fishermen to be my closest followers. Greatness in my kingdom is measured not by wealth or fame, but by the willingness to let my love flow through you unimpeded. Know that your life has immense significance, and let that truth embolden you to live each day with meaning. Feel the joy I have in your existence, the way my heart overflows each time you draw nearer to me, trusting me with your fears and your dreams alike. When you lift your eyes in prayer, I see not your failings, but your potential. not your wounds, but your willingness to be healed. Like a caring parent who watches a child grow with awe, I delight in every spiritual milestone you reach. From the moment you first believed to the times you courageously share your testimony with others. You matter to me beyond the confines of human language, and my love for you knows no ends. Let this truth be a shield against any negative voices that might try to tell you otherwise, because I have declared your worth, and my pronouncement stands forever. Take a moment to rest in this promise. You do not have to be perfect to be loved by me. It is in your very humanness, in your genuine struggles and sincere attempts, that my grace finds a home. If you ever worry that you have wandered too far or sinned too greatly, recall the story of the prodigal son who found his father racing to embrace him upon his return. In the same way, I stand on the road, arms wide open, anticipating your approach. When you come to me, whether in repentance or simply in need of comfort, know that I welcome you wholeheartedly, eager to clothe you in righteousness and refresh you with heavenly blessings. Never doubt that you are cherished more intimately than you can imagine. Life is filled with moments that test your resilience, and I am intimately aware of each battle that wages in your heart. You might wake up in the morning feeling overwhelmed by concerns that overshadow your peace. Perhaps it is uncertainty about finances, relationships, or even your own spiritual direction. I see the way your mind wrestles with the unknown, trying to piece together solutions to problems that feel insurmountable. But child, remember that no challenge is too great for me, no mountain too high that I cannot level, and no sea too wide that I cannot part. I am the one who holds the universe together, and I care about every detail of your personal world. Turn your anxious thoughts into moments of prayer, for when you share your burden with me, you invite my power into your life. Even the most crushing difficulties can become catalysts for growth and deeper intimacy between your spirit and mine. In the wilderness seasons of life, when it seems you have lost your way, that is precisely where my guiding hand is most present. Just as I led the Israelites through a desert into a promised land, I will guide you through the arid landscapes of your own struggles, providing spiritual nourishment that sustains you until you reach fertile ground. Understand that the difficulties you endure are not punishments, but rather opportunities for me to display my faithfulness and for you to develop roots that run deep in faith. Every tear shed, every sleepless night, every anxious heartbeat can be laid before me, and I will transform them into testimonies of my loving kindness. I see the burdens you carry for your loved ones, the secret prayers you utter for their well-being, their healing, or their salvation. Often, caring for others intensifies your own struggles, as you find yourself depleted of energy and in need of the comfort you so readily give. My dear child, you were never meant to bear all these weights alone. Allow me to step in, to lift the heavy load from your shoulders and place it upon mine. When I say, "Cast your cares on me," I do so not as a distant authority, but as a loving father who longs to see you walk with unburdened steps. Trust that I will take care of those whom you love, for my reach extends far beyond what you can see or imagine. To the world, your trials may be invisible, or others might misunderstand the magnitude of the storms you face. But I see them clearly and feel each gust of wind that blows through your life. When you cry out in frustration, believing that no one truly comprehends your situation, remember that my understanding surpasses all human empathy. You are not isolated in your distress, nor are you speaking into a void. I hear, I care, and I respond in ways that bring true transformation and peace. So, Lift your face to me in honest prayer, whether it is full of sorrow or shaky hope. I welcome your honesty, for authenticity in prayer is the bridge that connects your heart to mine. Despair often tries to entangle you in its grip, whispering that there is no escape, that you have done all you can and still remain stuck. But listen closely. Even when your strength has reached its limit, my power is just beginning. I have the final word over every storm, every hardship, every chain that attempts to bind you. When you feel surrounded, look up, for I am the fourth presence in the fiery furnace, the unseen hand writing hope on the walls of your doubt. Though the night feels interminable, dawn is inevitable, and I promise you that I will not let you crumble. Have faith in my ability to bring you through, to raise you up, and to restore you to a place of joy you once thought unattainable. Hold on to hope in this knowledge that I am your refuge, your fortress in times of trouble. Even if your circumstances do not change overnight, rest securely in the truth that my power is working behind the scenes for your eventual triumph. Just as seeds hidden under soil press upward toward the sun, you too are pushing through the darkness into the light of my grace. Trust in the unseen processes of faith, in the miraculous shifts that happen within you and around you when you remain steadfast in believing my promises. Do not let impatience discourage you, for my timing is perfect, and the blessings I have for you will arrive right on schedule. You may wonder how you can hold on to joy when circumstances are so heavy. Remember that the joy I provide is not dependent on external events. It is a wellspring sourced from my spirit, sustaining you despite the fiercest winds. When you feel sorrow pressing in, lean into me, and you will discover a peace that transcends logical explanation. Sing praises, even if your voice trembles, and watch as your spirit is elevated by the power of worship. The enemy cannot withstand the praises of those who stand in faith, for praise aligns your heart with mine, reminding you of my authority over all that exists. Through praise and thanksgiving, you call upon my presence, and in my presence, chains break. Do not fear what tomorrow holds, for your future is carefully cradled in my hands. Each day of your life has been written in my book, and I orchestrate the events and encounters that shape your destiny. Even the detours and missteps you lament can be woven into a larger narrative of grace and redemption. Where you see only dead ends, I see new beginnings. Where you believe you have nothing left, I bring forth abundant replenishment. Trust that my perspective is higher than yours, and my ways are perfect. Even if they are not immediately clear to you, your journey is safe in my keeping, and I will illuminate the path one step at a time. When you face opposition or criticism, do not allow fear or resentment to take root. Instead, see these moments as invitations to anchor yourself more deeply in my word. Remember David confronting Goliath. His confidence was not in his own strength, but in my unassailable might. Likewise, you can confront the giants in your life through the power of my name, secure in the knowledge that I stand with you. Though the world may scoff or underestimate you, my plan for you remains unaffected by human opinion. Stay humble yet bold, for I lift up the humble and fortify the courageous heart. Keep your mind immersed in what is noble, pure, and praiseworthy, for focusing on my truth will shield you from doubt. If at any moment you question whether I am still with you in the midst of chaos, know that I am closer than your breath. Like the pillar of fire that guided the Israelites by night, I will guide you through moments of obscurity, directing you with my Spirit's gentle promptings. When you hear the quiet voice inside prompting you to act with compassion, to forgive or to speak truth, that is often my whisper. gently steering you along the better path. Even when you have ignored that voice before, it continues to speak, ever patient, ever willing to steer you back to my heart. Be receptive and watch as my guidance saves you from unnecessary pain. I take no pleasure in your suffering, but rather delight in your freedom and joy. Therefore, every trial that touches your life is permitted only if it can lead to greater growth, deeper faith, and a more profound manifestation of my glory. This does not mean I cause your pain, but I do promise to work through it, bringing beauty from ashes, joy from mourning, and praise from despair. Do not let your heart become hardened by adversity. Keep it open to my refining process. Through it, I will shape you into a testament of perseverance, a living story that reveals my goodness to others who are also lost or hurting. Your struggles, surrendered to me, become stepping stones to a purpose that transcends the immediate moment. Now I call you to action. Come to me in prayer, with all sincerity and openness, for that is the wellspring of connection between your heart and mine. You do not need elaborate words or perfectly structured sentences to capture my attention. Speak to me as you would to a devoted friend, and let the raw honesty of your soul pour forth. If you are weary, tell me of your weariness. If you are confused, share your confusion. If you are joyful, praise me from the overflow of your gratitude. In this simple act of prayer, you invite my wisdom, my consolation, and my strength to pour into every aspect of your being. Prayer is not a performance, but a relationship, an ongoing dialogue that revitalizes your spirit. When you pray, be still for a moment afterward and listen, for I may answer in the quiet stirring of your heart or through signs in the world around you. You might notice doors opening or closing. That can be my way of guiding you. You might feel an unexplainable peace about a decision, and that too can be me confirming your path. Prayer is more than just words sent upward. It is a two-way communion where I respond in the ways you can receive. Make time for these moments of sacred exchange. They are essential nourishment for your soul and the key to unraveling many of life's mysteries. Trust me enough to place your cares in my hands completely. Surrendering control can be frightening, especially when your circumstances seem urgent. But recall the words of Scripture. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. This promise stands firm. I long to lift the weight from your shoulders, offering you my rest that no worldly solution could ever replicate. By relinquishing your need to have every answer right now, you exercise faith, allowing my solutions to unfold in your life. Even if my methods differ from your plans, know that my ways are infinitely wiser and more beneficial for your overall good. Do not withhold any part of your life from me, whether it be your career, relationships, or hidden dreams you scarcely dare to voice. I yearn to be intimately involved in every detail of your journey, not as a distant overseer, but as a caring shepherd who leads you to green pastures. Speak with me about your goals, your fears, and even your hobbies. I delight in the fullness of who you are, and I find joy in guiding you toward a life that aligns with the purpose I placed in your heart. To trust me with everything is to allow my light to touch every corner of your being, illuminating the path toward blessings you never thought possible. Faith is sometimes portrayed as an unshakable fortress, but know that it also grows in increments, especially when you nurture it through daily conversation with me. Each prayer, each moment of thanksgiving, each time you recall my promises and stand upon them, you fortify the walls of that fortress. The world will attempt to chip away at your faith with cynicism, distraction, and doubt. But you have the power to shield your heart by choosing to remain steadfast. Study my word, hold it close, and let its wisdom shape your perspective. The more you saturate your mind with truth, the less room you leave for lies to take root. Stay vigilant, for spiritual battles are often subtle. They can appear in discouraging thoughts, strained relationships, or persistent temptations that try to lure you away from the safety of my presence. When you sense these attacks, call upon my name, and let your soul remember that I am Kem, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, and nothing can stand against my authority. Arm yourself with prayer, with worship, and with the fellowship of like-minded believers who can bolster your faith. You need not fear any enemy when I am your defender, for my armies of light far outnumber the forces of darkness that seek to trouble you. As you step forward into the future, do so with confidence that I have laid a path of goodness before you, even if that path includes challenges designed to refine your faith. The difficulties you face today will become the testimonies you share tomorrow. Already, I am working to turn your mourning into dancing, your scarcity into abundance, your confusion into clarity. Keep your heart open and your spirit expectant, for miracles still happen every day, and blessings can emerge at the most unexpected moments. Nothing delights me more than showering my children with gifts that serve as tangible reminders of my affection. Envision yourself stepping into tomorrow with a renewed sense of purpose, your fears replaced by the steady assurance that I am guiding your every movement. The stumbling blocks you once lamented can become the building blocks of character, resilience, and empathy for others. When you consider all the ways I have been faithful before, let that memory kindle hope for the road ahead. I do not change like shifting shadows. I remain consistent in my devotion to you. Therefore, expect my goodness and watch for glimpses of my hand in every turn of your journey. Each new day is another page in the divine narrative I am writing with you. There are wonders you have yet to see, breakthroughs you have yet to experience, and transformations awaiting the perfect time in my grand design. Keep your spirit malleable, ready to grow and learn. Sometimes the path to the greatest blessings passes through valleys of waiting and patience. Trust the process, for while you wait, I am cultivating within you the kind of faith that moves mountains. Embrace hope as your daily companion, whispering to yourself that I am near, that I am good, and that victory is nearer than your eyes can perceive. Let that hope propel you forward with confidence. When discouragement tries to weigh you down, recall that I have the final say in all matters. My sovereignty ensures that not a single tear you shed is wasted. In the fullness of time, you will testify of how I took what appeared lifeless and breathed fresh purpose into it, how I turned the tide when you thought all was lost. Speak these truths over your life, even when your emotions clash with the declarations of faith. Words have power, especially when aligned with my truth. Let your speech echo my promises rather than your doubts, for in doing so you reinforce the foundation upon which your faith stands. Consider the birds of the air. They do not sow, reap, or store away in barns, yet I provide for them. How much more will I care for you, my precious child? Though your trials may be complex, never doubt my capacity to meet your needs. Open your hands to receive the provisions I prepare daily. They may arrive through unexpected channels, a kind word from a friend, a timely opportunity, or a sudden resolution to a long-standing issue. Train your heart to recognize my gifts in their many forms. For the more you acknowledge my blessings, the more you cultivate a spirit of gratitude that brightens your every day. Look at yourself in the mirror of my love, and you will see a beloved creation. Let go of any shame or self-condemnation that tries to creep into your heart. I see you as redeemed, as the object of my delight. Yes, you may have flaws, for no one walks this earth without imperfection. But my grace covers them like fresh snow, making you pure in my sight. Live from this place of acceptance, not striving to earn approval, but living in the freedom I have already granted you. When you internalize my acceptance, you break chains of insecurity and step boldly into your divine calling. I implore you to love others as I have loved you, for in displaying compassion to those around you, you reflect my very nature. Let kindness be your banner, forgiveness your shield, and empathy your daily practice. Through such gestures, your life becomes a testimony of my grace, a living parable that shows others what it means to be under my care. People are watching, searching for a sign of hope in a world that often feels cold. Be that sign, not through forced acts of piety, but through genuine love that springs from a heart transformed by my presence. In loving others wholeheartedly, you deepen your connection with me. Do not neglect the power of community, for I designed you to flourish in relationship with others. Gather with those who share a desire to know me more, encouraging and uplifting one another. Share your stories of how I have worked in your life, and listen to the testimonies of others as well. This mutual exchange of faith edifies everyone involved, strengthening bonds and igniting fresh hope. Where 2 or 3 gather in my name, I am there among them, infusing your fellowship with divine purpose. Community can lighten your burdens and multiply your joys, serving as my hands and feet in times of need. Let the scriptures guide you, for they are my love letter to you, brimming with wisdom, instruction, and reassurance. Through my word, I reveal eternal truths and paint vivid pictures of people whose lives were transformed by their trust in me. Reflect on the stories of Moses, Ruth, Paul, and others who overcame insurmountable odds through faith. Let these narratives inspire you, reminding you that I am the same God now as I was then, still performing wonders in the lives of those who believe. When you immerse yourself in my word, you anchor your soul to promises that cannot be shaken. Be patient with yourself as you journey through spiritual growth. My kingdom is often likened to a seed that gradually expands, first forming roots, then sprouting, and finally producing fruit in due season. You may not see immediate results, but rest assured that every prayer, every moment of worship, and every step of obedience nurtures your spiritual maturity. When you falter, do not let shame drive you away from me. Instead, come closer, confess your struggles, and let my forgiveness restore you. Through patience and perseverance, you will witness the blossoming of virtues and strengths that once seemed beyond your grasp. I know you long for tangible manifestations of my power, miracles that defy logic and leave no doubt of my involvement. While such miracles do occur, remember that I also move in quiet ways that transform hearts from within. Sometimes the greatest miracles are not thunderous events, but gentle revelations that shift your perspective, releasing you from internal bondage. Stay attentive to these subtle movements of my spirit, and you will discover that I am actively at work in your life, performing the wonders of heart healing, reconciliation, and renewed purpose. Marvel at how my grace can melt bitterness, restore lost hope, and kindle compassion in even the most hardened hearts. My child, do not give up when weariness gnaws at your motivation, whispering that perhaps your faith is in vain. Endurance in faith is like running a race. You must pace yourself, drawing on my strength to reach the finish line. The Apostle Paul wrote about pressing on toward the goal, forgetting what lies behind and straining forward. Take this to heart. You are on a journey, and I walk beside you, giving you the stamina to continue. Let my spirit refresh you when you feel drained, so that you might experience a second wind of determination to fulfill the calling placed on your life. Let each day be an opportunity to practice gratitude, for a grateful heart is fertile soil for my blessings. Reflect on small mercies, like your ability to breathe, to see a sunrise, or to hear a loved one's laughter, and recognize these as tokens of my kindness. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is already provided, enlarging your capacity to receive even more of my goodness. When you open your heart in thankfulness, you effectively open the windows of heaven, allowing my grace to cascade in, renewing your perspective and filling your spirit with a fresh sense of wonder. For those moments when fear tries to paralyze you, remember Joshua standing at the threshold of the promised land, hearing my command to be strong and courageous. I speak those same words to you now. Be strong and courageous, for I am with you wherever you go. Do not let fear dictate your actions or stifle your gifts. Step out in faith, even if your knees quake and your voice trembles. In your willingness to act, I manifest my power, turning your fears into testimonies of my faithfulness. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the resolve to trust in me despite it. As you move forward, embrace the unknown with the conviction that I go before you, preparing every step. Though human eyes can only see the immediate horizon, my vision spans all time and creation. Trust in the path I have laid out, and do not despise small beginnings or incremental progress. Every seed of effort, when planted in faith, grows into a harvest that surpasses your anticipation. Even when progress feels slow, celebrate the small victories, knowing they accumulate into significant breakthroughs when aligned with my timing. Keep your heart steadfast, for every day of faithfulness is another link in the chain that leads to your destiny. Draw close to me through worship, letting the melodies of your praise ascend like sweet incense. Worship breaks down walls of cynicism, melts away burdens, and fills the environment with my presence. In those sacred moments, you can almost feel my arms wrapping around your soul, reminding you that you are cherished beyond measure. Worship is not just a Sunday ritual. It is a continuous attitude of the heart that acknowledges my sovereignty and invites my glory to dwell within you. When life's troubles intensify, worship with even greater passion. For in my presence there is fullness of joy and unshakable peace. Lift your head, dear one, for you are destined for more than you can currently imagine. Do not measure yourself by fleeting standards or temporary setbacks, because I have inscribed an eternal promise over your life. I have equipped you with talents and callings that will flourish at the proper time. Seek my counsel on how to use these gifts to bless others, for I have designed each person to play a unique role in my grand tapestry of redemption and grace. As you serve with humility, you will find that your own needs are abundantly met, and your spirit expands with love and gratitude. Remember, my love for you is unchanging, even when circumstances shift. Through every joy and sorrow, every triumph and defeat, I remain the same yesterday, today, and forever. My arms are wide open, ready to catch you should you stumble, to embrace you when you return, and to celebrate every milestone of your growth. Let your heart rest in this certainty. Nothing can separate you from my love, neither height nor depth, nor any power in all creation. This is the anchor of your soul, the steady refuge that carries you when the tides of life surge against you. So look ahead with expectation, for I will complete the good work I began in you. I am not a God who abandons halfway through a miracle. Where you see fragments, I see wholeness in progress. Where you perceive disarray, I envision a masterpiece forming under my skilled hand. Lift your voice in praise, your heart in prayer, and your mind in trust. For these are the keys that unlock the fullness of what I have prepared for you. Wave goodbye to the regrets and failures of the past, and step with confidence into the promise of a new dawn, bright with the radiance of my presence. My beloved child, in closing, let me reaffirm my unending commitment to you. I cherish you with a love that transcends comprehension, a love that holds you in every storm and dances with you in every celebration. No matter what shifts around you, my devotion stays unshaken, and my desire to see you thrive remains constant. Take solace in my promises, for they form an unbreakable fortress around your soul. You may not comprehend all my ways, but trust that each step you take in faith sets you on a path toward deeper blessing and lasting peace. I bless you and your household, enveloping you in my grace as you move forward in hope and perseverance. Walk now into each new day with the steadfast assurance that I guide your footsteps, and the bold hope that your best days are yet to unfold. Let my peace be the compass that directs you, my word be the lamp illuminating your route, and my spirit be the quiet voice encouraging you to press on. Do not lose heart, for I have already claimed victory over every obstacle that stands in your path. Today, tomorrow, and for all eternity, I am with you, and I will never forsake you. Hold these truths close, and let your heart sing with anticipation, for the future is bright with my unending grace and my perfect love.